Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video and welcome to the penultimate race of our F125 LH44 career mode. Yes, we return this weekend here to the Lusail International Circuit and the Qatar Grand Prix. Of course, our final sprint race of the year, and we have a golden opportunity to wrap up the World Championship. Sitrep, 2 weekends left to go of this season. We have got a 47-point lead over Lando Norris in the World Championship. Between now and the end of Abu Dhabi, I need to score 11 points. But we could technically wrap this up in the sprint. We could wrap it up in the Grand Prix as well here in Qatar. Say, if I finish higher than, I think, 4th or higher in the Grand Prix, that'll be enough to win the World Championship. We could win the sprint, and Lando could, I think, if Lando finishes 6th or lower, the championship could be done as well. There's lots of hypotheticals, but either way, I want to try and make sure, before we head to Abu Dhabi, that we have got the World Championship in our back pocket. Of course, if you're new, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed to the channel. We are trying to hit 15,000 subs at the moment. Drop me a follow over on Twitch as well. We are trying to get to 10k over there before the end of the year. But yeah, without further ado though, let's head out here to Qatar. Play F1 Manager if you want to do a management style game. I mean, Bottas isn't even in F125, so you'd be out of luck there immediately.
We've just been pushed down into
right, come on then. Let's see what we can do. You want to use a fair bit of battery in towards turn 1. This is a weird circuit because although it feels quite high speed, you want to run a lot of downforce here. Matt212 Racing over on YouTube. If you want some setups for F125. But yeah, it's not quite as bad as it was on F124. On last year's game, you basically wanted to run Monaco levels of downforce. So here's Lance Stroll. Yeah, Lance Stroll is a menace as always. Don't know how many times he's blocked me on this game, but it happens all too often. As the medium, you don't tend to lose much time over one lap here compared to the soft. It hangs on really well. So there you go, 120.3. Is that a 3-way tie for pole? Surely not. Have we just done a 1997? We can't genuinely have just done that, surely. I have never seen that before on this game. Look at that, it is! I mean, it's 1/1000th of a second. That's wild. What a way to kickstart the weekend. 1/1000th of a second covering your top 3, and that's just the game rounding it. That's insane. So, to be fair, yeah, it does reckon, looking even at the 1/1000th of a second, yeah, it does reckon, no, it reckons, if you look at the 1/1000th of a second, bear with me, chat, Charles Leclerc, 3 + 6 + 2 is 11, so his should end in a 0:01. 3 + 9 + 8. I've actually set a quicker lap time than Charles Leclerc by 1/1000th of a second there. But it hasn't given it to me. So, that is very, very impressive. Right, anyway, we need to find 0.02 of a second to gain 2 places here as we head back out onto the track. Surely on a softer compound, we're going to be able to obliterate this and get this Ferrari up on pole position. Nice and tidy on the brakes in towards turn 1. I'm surprised, I mean, Verstappen is nowhere at the moment as Albon now goes up to 5th spot. So it looks like it could be a battle between Ferrari and McLaren, at least in the sprint. That's 2/10 up then by the time we get to the top of the circuit. Keep it clean and tidy. Don't run wide, but we should gain a lot more off the exit there without having to avoid Lance. 4/10 up, half a second up now. As we try and get the power down on the exit. As Tsunoda goes to the top of the board. Brilliant effort by Yuki then. So clearly, a few of our drivers have kept a little bit of speed back. Right for the end of the session. Could Tsunoda be on pole for Sprint Race Saturday here? Only time will tell. It's trying to get the power down in towards this final sector. I mean, as long as we keep this tidy, we still are on for a beautiful pole lap so far. Through all of these right-handers. Completely flat out, of course. Through the left, flick it in. Oh, I ran just ever so slightly wide there, but we got away with it. Through the final corner, though. Half a second up at the moment. This is going to be a pole lap, isn't it? We're not going to be tied with Leclerc and Norris anymore. We are going to go to the top of the board by 0.6 of a second. That's pretty insane. Well, there we are then. A critical pole position late on in this World Championship ahead of Tsunoda and Lando Norris. I believe if the sprint race were to finish like this, we would need 1 point from the rest of the campaign. So happy with that. I think we've got 19 laps for the sprint race first of all, though. So we've got to try and get our head down and focus. World Championship on the line. Tsunoda on softs. We're on mediums. It's 5 red lights. As lights out and away we go then for the Qatar sprinters. Oh, we've had a stinker. Lando Norris immediately and Tsunoda getting straight past me on the run towards turn 1. Just got to try and keep it clean and tidy there as well. Getting dive bombed by Oscar Piastri as well. He needs to help his teammate out tonight to potentially try and help win this championship for Lando, or at least drag it out to Abu Dhabi and our season finale next time out there. Tsunoda, though, he knows his goal is to try and build up an early lead as we try and keep the car nice and tidy through those first few corners. Then we've got to try and settle him. A bad start is not the end of the world around a track like this with that huge DRS zone down the front straight. We can definitely make some progress. It's not impossible to overtake around this venue, so we will just try and look after it as best as we can there as well. Norris just trying to stay composed early on. I mean, for him, he needs me to have a bit of a stinker. He knows all that he can do is try and win both races and then pray that something happens to us. But he knows, mathematically the odds are not stacked in his favour at this stage of the campaign at the start of this race. But out of the final quarter, let's see if we can try and get a run then. World Championship on the line. So the new fastest lap to the outside. Lando knows there's nothing he can do because you're on so much downforce here. The DRS is so OP. And we will make it through back in towards turn 1. So like I said, this sprint race, first of all, honestly is more about just learning how the tyres last, as Oscar now has gone past Lando as well. So Lando is really, really struggling early on. Maybe they've told Oscar to attack us, try and burn up more of my tyre. And then, obviously, hopefully Lando will have a bigger advantage at the end. It would be cool if the AI did a bit more strategy like that on this game. But it is what it is. There we go. Yep, Sainz's first retirement of the afternoon. But I tell you what, Leclerc now has gone past Piastri. So if it were to end like this, we would be world champion here immediately. I wouldn't even need to do the main Qatar race or Abu Dhabi, because we've already got enough wins that even if Lando won both races and we didn't score, I would beat him on countback. That has already been factored in. So we can afford to tie with him in the World Championship. Because I think I've got 4 more wins than him this season. I mean, it's going to be wild if we can break Schumacher's record, if we can break the tie between Hamilton and Schumacher with a Ferrari, whereas Schumacher saw so much of his success. Yeah, I don't believe the soft tyres, though, are the ones you want to be on. I think Yuki's really beginning to struggle now. So we need to try and find a way around him. Otherwise, I mean, he's even allowing Lando to close back in a little bit. Right, come on then. Let's go. Leclerc's had a good run out in the final corner as well. Could our teammate maybe try and get through at the same time? For the outside of Tsunoda. Should be able to get it parked up. Whoa, nice and easy into T1. But we've actually left him between myself and my teammate. So this might give us a bit of a chance to scamper away. But we are now back into championship winning territory. If Lando wants to keep his hopes alive, he will need Oscar Piastri to let him by. I mean, Lando has choked this badly. He had quite a decent lead in the World Championship. And I know we can look at like flashpoints like Baku, where I accidentally took him out. And a couple of other ones. But he's also made quite a few mistakes as this season has gone on. And I think especially as Ferrari have, we have kind of got our act together later on this year. Monaco, I still say, was the turning point. Before Monaco, we'd had a pretty mediocre run through those opening Grand Prix. We've got yellows out. It's Norris! Lando Norris with a lap to go! He won't even face the defeat like a man. He's out of the Grand Prix. He's out of the sprint race here. Lando Norris, his night goes from bad to worse. A lap away from losing a World Championship. And Lando Norris is out of the Grand Prix. Crazy scenes. I think that means we've done it. We've already done it with a lap to go. Hayden with the raid as well. Thank you, buddy. I hope you had a good stream. But what a moment we are seeing here late on in the World Championship. I thought it might be us that loses it, thanks to mechanical failures. I thought maybe we might get some bad luck, but it's happened to the McLaren man. And as we are just less than a lap away from Lewis Hamilton winning his 8th World Championship, his first for Ferrari, on his debut year with the team. Lando Norris has no choice but to watch from the sidelines here as we are about to break the tie between Hamilton and Michael Schumacher. Obviously, Schumacher saw so much success with this Ferrari team back in the early 2000s, 21 years after Michael's last World Championship, 18 years after Ferrari's last Constructors. It is finally coming back to Maranello this weekend. We already wrapped up the Constructors last weekend out in Vegas, but in towards the final few corners, so much heartbreak, so much despair for Lewis Hamilton over the last few years. He took a gamble coming to Ferrari for 2025. Through the final corner, it is going to be P1 here in Qatar. We are world champion.
Let's keep pushing, man. We can do this.
Oh, come on, Lewis. You could have given us a bit more than that. Oh, man, I'm happy with that. Oh, thank you for all the new follows as well. I appreciate it. Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Have all pushed themselves this season, making it one of the most compelling years of racing in history. There can only be one champion, however, and here they are now, our new Formula One World Drivers' Champion.
Oh, look at that. It's beautiful.
So with the
It's
sprint
beautiful,
concluded,
chat.
join us next time for qualifying and, of course, the main event, this weekend's Formula One Grand Prix. We'll see you next time.
Well, there we are then. We took pole position ready for the sprint, fastest lap, race victory. That is exactly what we are talking about. And with that, 50 points still available in the World Championship. And we have got a 55-point lead ahead of Norris. I mean, he might not even finish second come the end of the season because Charles Leclerc is only a further 18 points behind. Yuki Tsunoda, though, brilliant drive to second in the end ahead of Oscar Piastri. Little bit gutted we're not sharing the sprint podium with our teammate Charles Leclerc. Max Verstappen in 5th ahead of Albon, Alonso and Andrea Kimi Antonelli. And then the two retirements, the former McLaren duo actually, of Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz. But we can go out and enjoy ourselves now. Championship has been won, so I guess we've got 2 races to just enjoy ourselves today. Not worry too much about. Obviously, Constructors has already wrapped up as well. Maybe we try and help Charles wrap up second overall for yet another second place World Championship finish for our teammate. But very, very happy with that. Lewis has got his 8th, and that is the most important thing. I've only just realised Hülkenberg is still ahead of Antonelli in the World Championship as well, which is rather hilarious. Can Isaac Hadjar score a point in these last couple of Grand Prix? Only time will tell. Oh, Gavin, you've missed out. We've already won the 8th. Now we're just doing last to first for fun. But everybody else is on soft compound tyres, so early on is going to be tough. I thought we were going straight through Ocon's diffuser then. That would be the most me thing in the world. Win the World Championship, immediately crash on turn 1. Well, Norris now has decided he wants to do well. Already building up a good lead at the front. I mean, I'm just going to try and take it really easy lap 1. I don't want any front wing damage. Plus, I've got Lance Stroll right there, which is always scary. And Esteban Ocon, apparently. Around the outside. Beautiful. There we go. That's 1 gained. I'm just gonna dive him. I don't want to be battling with Lance Stroll all day. There we go. God, Alonso in the other Aston Martin is already causing a bit of a train. Just waiting for the bottle. It'll happen. Oh, here we go. Hülkenberg versus Behrman. Everybody's got DRS though. 3 Ferrari power unit cars going for it. But only one of them's got a World Championship. Today, I should add as well. Hülkenberg though wants to give me a bit of a fight, but yeah, can't find the grip. Here we go. Here we go. Gasly on Bortoletto. Oh, good lord, Gabri. What's he doing? You see that then? Just like he saw me trying to go for the move and then just immediately moved over right into the braking zone. So I was forced to send it. No idea what happened to Pierre in all of that. I think he got knocked off kilter a bit, but we're through. Another double overtake, I guess. Hey, no worries, Dexty. Have a good one, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night, mate. Now I'm scared what Bradson's done. Anthony, thank you for the follow as well, mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 20th to 1st is going to be crazy. No one in the history of IRL Formula 1 has ever started a Grand Prix from last and won. The closest there's ever been was John Watson, who started 22nd out of 23 in Long Beach, which is arguably more impressive. But obviously wasn't a last to first. Ugh! Sorry, Liam. I thought, sorry, Isaac even. I thought I was clear. Apologies. I'm lucky I didn't get spat off his nose there. Yeah, I want to see Yuki drive somewhere else, man. Although I could say the same for Liam Lawson, to be honest. I just don't think either should stay in the Red Bull family if there's an option to go elsewhere. I mean, I don't get why Alpine don't just pick up whichever one of them doesn't get sacked. Exactly, yeah. Watson won from 22nd on the grid, but there were 23 cars. Oh, we got yellows. We got yellows. That is, oh no, I think it's Antonelli. Andrea Kimi Antonelli out of this race.
Yeah, really good job on
Huge disappointment for him.
Nice work. Still a long way to go, though.
I don't know what it is, but Mercedes always seem to break down here. Oh, it's when you get in the dirty air of the car in front.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
Like, these hard tyres don't feel bad, but they just still, the car just feels really heavy with full fuel. Right, let's go then. Albon in a Williams, but he's got no DRS. This should be a fairly simple one. I mean, we all know the Ferraris are missile on this game. Because there we go then, up into P9 of this race. We're making good, steady progress. But of course, obviously the cars in front are fewer and far between. Yeah, apparently they're going to rotate Barcelona and Belgium, which seems really dumb. Alonso fans are usually... Oh, no, let me rephrase that. Some Alonso fans can be. Because some people from all fan bases can be terrible. Yeah, Max did very well at the Nürburgring. Very, very well. There we go. The man that we replaced at Ferrari has now been disposed of in this Grand Prix. Wonder now Ferrari think they made the right choice. Wonder if Carlos can understand the decision. Actually, fun fact, the car she wants to buy is actually currently my parents'. She just wants to buy their car off them, which is quite funny. Right, come on then. Let's even get a run on Charles. I'm trying to help you in the championship, mate. I want you to get P2 overall. And we're going to do that by overtaking him for P6. Make it make sense. A little bit of a shame to see Yuki struggling a bit more than he did in the sprint. He had a really good sprint race, but seems to be going backwards a bit today. So yeah, the next Matt212 video on the main channel will be live in 30 minutes, just under. But obviously, if you watch Creator Series live at the weekend, you'll know what happens. It was annoying. Jackawak. That's a brilliant name. Thank you for the follow. As there we go, finally, cars pitting. Piastri, Russell, Verstappen all in. Lando Norris staying out one more lap. So we should hopefully take the lead of the Grand Prix by the end of this one. We managed to wrap it up in the sprint race because Lando Norris and McLaren are bottle jobs. So it's probably like the most anticlimactic way you could win it. But I'm happy that it's done. As out of the final corner, Norris into the pit lane then. So from the back of the field, as we start lap 21, we have made it to the front. Not going to be that easy though, because we've still got a long old way to go in this race. I mean, we could get a safety car, we could get a red flag, anything could happen here in Qatar. I do watch F1 Academy. Let me chat. I don't think a lot of people realise this. F1 Academy is literally on their own F1 2021 storyline right now. Dorian Pan versus Maya Berg heading into the final weekend is going to be wild. Because their battle this season has genuinely been sensational. Bit of a shame that Ella Lloyd isn't quite there. But it's been a really, really good fight. Broaden your horizons. I think Barack Obama would be a really interesting one as well. And then... Don't know. Really don't know. Right, come on then, Ferrari. Give me a good stop. Beautiful.
Okay, let's go now. Come on. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
Fourth person. Gary, yeah. Let's have Gary there. I've never met Gary in person. Bit of an odd list.
Stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Well, look at that then. We were just ahead of Yuki when he first pit, and, well, effectively we've overcut him, which is quite good going. But I've overcut him by like 20 laps. So I don't quite know how I've managed that, but I have. That was a good pit stop by the Ferrari team as well. And now we just got to try and bring this thing to the flag. You play this game, it's not as easy as I make it look. Do I make F1 look easy? I'm not sure. There we go. Leclerc, Russell and Verstappen in. So McLaren are trying to extend their stint a little bit longer, but Piastri is closing in on Norris. So interesting to see further up the road then. But yeah, Oscar Piastri looks to have some pace towards the end of the afternoon. So Piastri in then. Norris is, I don't think he's at a big risk of getting undercut, but he's going to be struggling.
Piastri stopping now.
Do Alpine career mode. I might well do a Gasly career mode on F1 25. Or I do I do like a saving Jack Doohan's career or something? That could be quite funny. More tracks. I don't think that's ever going to happen though, is it? I mean, I think we're going to get more and more scan updates for circuits as well. But yeah, getting more and more tracks into the game is quite difficult. Especially with like licensing and stuff. Right, well there we are then. Lando Norris by the end of lap 40 into the pit lane then. Off of a set of soft compound tyres. And we will reclaim the lead of the Grand Prix once more. We're also going to elapse one of the Saubers, which is pretty good going. Nothing, Brooklyn. I just couldn't continue racing. Very annoying. So basically what it was I don't think the game ever registered that I pit. So obviously I was just stuck there. I don't know if Scotty had done something weird that broke it. Maybe I'm just blaming Scotty for something Scotty didn't do. But like it seemed like on the minimap his car bugged out as well. So yeah, basically obviously I was just then stuck and basically the game just could not work out where I was anymore, so just instantly retired me. Which was hilariously dumb. Did Scotty box in front of me, did he? So yeah, my game just never worked that out. We basically got completely desynced and it completely screwed me over. My sister's gonna hit, probably. No, she would agree, to be fair. She would still hit me, but she would agree. Oh, we got yellows. Oh, Esteban Ocon! Where are you going? What's he doing? Oh, for God's sake, man. Really? Really?
On the aggression, we need clean overtakes or we'll
What do you mean clean overtakes? He parked it on the apex with an engine failure. What is Esteban Ocon doing, man?
Okay, the incident's been cleared. Let's get back
Oh, we
up
might
to racing
lose this
speed.
now.
Come on.
Are we seriously going to lose this race with 2 laps to go? Because Esteban Ocon can't drive. I don't know how far behind Lando we're going to come back out, but we're going to have to do the work. Should have stayed out. Oh, I think we would just lose too much. I don't know how bad the wing damage would be.
Okay, go, go, go. Perfect.
I mean, we're going to be a little way behind Lando.
Looks like a nice
Max
stop
has just
time.
gone
We're happy with that
fastest. I kind of need them all to battle at the front. 3 laps, though. I'm not going to do this, am I? Maybe I should have stayed out. The gap's going to be about 10
That was
seconds.
our last stop. No more scheduled
We've got a
pit
full
stops.
charge of
Let's go.
battery. We're going to come out right next to George. 10 seconds in 3 laps. This is not going to be easy. But we're going to have to try and fly along. This is basically going to be qualifying laps to the flag. Gap to Oscar's going to be under 6 seconds, but we're not going to do that in 1 lap, are we? Unless he and Max have the biggest fight we've ever seen. But we should be able to get back past Charles. 1 more lap to go then, here from Qatar. And I was already, you know, kind of planning my victory speech.
Good job. That was the
You know,
fastest
winning the
lap
World
of the race so far.
Championship, winning the Grand Prix as well alongside it was going to be glorious, but Esteban Ocon clearly had other ideas. Just trying to wind our way through these first couple of corners. It's going to be again. It's going to be like the 3rd time in the last 15 races I haven't been on the podium. Well, Esteban Ocon's made himself an enemy for life. Not that he already hadn't. I think I give Esteban Ocon more stick than anybody else not called Lance Stroll on this game. What was I meant to do there? Ocon just parked it on the apex of a 180-mile-an-hour corner. Ugh. I mean, the annoying bit is, well, give it one more lap. We probably could still get back there. Oh, Hulkenberg! What is that? He just, again, they just park it. Why is he braking on the racing line? Like, what are the AI doing? I mean, that helps Leclerc, right, to try and get second in the championship, but twice we've been destroyed by the AI in the final 4 laps here. Lando Norris is going to take the victory, though, I guess. Not very well deserved, dare I say it. Oscar Piastri will make it a McLaren 1-2, and, well, after dominating so much of this race, right at the very end, it all comes undone, but at least we've still got a championship. Well, there we are, then. Rather surprisingly, Lando Norris even, right at the very end, is going to take victory here in Qatar. McLaren bag a 1-2, just ahead of Verstappen, Leclerc and myself, with George Russell, Tsunoda, Alonso and both Williams rounding out your top 10 today then. But yeah, it's a very, very good job. We've already wrapped up the Drivers' Championship because that is the dumbest end to a race I think I've ever seen inside this game. Esteban Ocon gets classified down in P19. Just Andrea Kimi Antonelli that failed to see, well, didn't just fail to see the checkered flag. Esteban Ocon joined him there, but yeah, the only driver not to get classified. What does that mean, though, as we head into the final race of the year? Well, we now need to win if I want to break Lewis's points record. But Lando Norris is guaranteed P2. Charles Leclerc has guaranteed P3. So top 3 are all decided. Oscar Piastri could still technically jump Verstappen. Russell could still technically jump Tsunoda. Alonso was locked up P8 as well. But if there were double points available, Lando would still be in for a shot at the Drivers' Championship. Further down the order, I mean, obviously there's loads that could theoretically happen, but it's all unlikely. I just want to see Hajar score a point. Constructors-wise, though, 97 clear of McLaren. That is locked up. McLaren are guaranteed P2. Red Bull are guaranteed P3. Aston Martin, if they got a 1-2, could still beat Mercedes, but that seems unlikely. And then, obviously, they could still get jumped by Williams. I mean, it all looks pretty locked up, doesn't it? I think unless you get a miracle result by somebody a bit further down the order, pretty much every team guaranteed to finish where they are. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back for the season finale. We'll be doing a last to first again out in Abu Dhabi.